Batman was throwing hands with Superman. Red Hood made the Flash look like a normal guy, and we are introduced to a new Green Lantern. I really hope she's not a fraud. So let's get straight into it. The movie starts, and hold on, Damian, you're 14. Why are you balding? But we can't worry about that right now because Damian's phone gets an Amber Alert, and he immediately locks in. He groups up with Bruce, and we see Japan is no longer on the map. I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't have noticed if they didn't say it. My geometry is horrible. And then Alfred tells us Superman, Wonder Woman, Fish Guy, Green Lantern, and the Flash have disappeared. Batman and Damian suit up, and they start getting to work. We see what's going on outside, and a whole bunch of Yakuzas are dropping in like it's Fortnite. And upon landing, they whip out the swords, and now they are face to face with GCPD, and they immediately charge in for smoke. It's an all-out brawl until Batman drops him using an aerial attack, and this knocks all the enemies away. And I need y'all to peep this real quick. Notice how the cape didn't fall until all the enemies hit the floor. That's pure aura. We see Damian tying this guy up, but he's not watching his back. But then Nightwing drops in, and Mans is already posing, and Tim Drake pulls up also. And all you gotta know is these three handle the business, and now everyone groups up. They look up and see Japan floating in the sky, but apparently normal people can't see it. And Batman and Damian go to investigate. They make it to Japan, and they're immediately greeted by smoke by the hands of a Green Lantern. I ain't gonna lie, I refuse to believe that Hal has Batman running like this. He's the biggest loser of DC, but he actually ends up grabbing Batman's plane. And then, wait, who is this? Never mind, forget everything I just said. I never seen her before. And we find out her name is Jessica Cruz, but we must stay focused. Batman starts trying to shake Jessica off the plane, but Jessica locks in, and she creates a stuffed bear to cushion her fall. And just from this interaction, she is the best Green Lantern I ever seen. I really hope she doesn't disappoint me. Batman and Robin get away, and they start flying over the water, but then the water starts trying to attack them. And then we see it's Aquaman. Same loser as always, but what's new? Sky's still blue and grass is green. We see Aquaman swinging this stick with two buckets on it, and he chucks the bucket at Batman's plane. That destroys both the wings, and I'm pretty sure bats and planes need those to fly. Back to Nightwing, we see this guy walking up on them, and it's Barry Allen, the Flash. And he starts running around the city, but like, he's not doing anything. He's quite literally just getting exercise. Back to Bruce, we see Jessica is back in action. Bruce and Damian hop out the plane, but Aquaman comes in trying to splash them, but this woman comes in protecting them, and it's Wonder Woman. Aquaman sees this, and he stumbles back. Nah, don't get scared now. What happened to all that enthusiasm? Do y'all see what I mean? This man Aquaman is terrible, but unlike Aquaman, Jessica Cruz fears no one. She comes in trying to blast Diana, but Diana is blocking it with her shield, and then Aquaman comes in bringing dinner because there's no way he thinks fish are gonna hurt Diana. The first fish charges in, but it gets caught, swung, and thrown into the other fish. And then Diana runs up on Aquaman, and before knocking him out, she starts claiming her set and then sends him back to where he came from. And bro, you cannot make this up. He gets knocked down by Wonder Woman and charges towards Bruce and Damian. This man Aquaman is so weak, but Diana comes in saving the day. But then Jessica Cruz comes in, putting a sword to Diana's neck. Bro, how could never? But then we hear a moped, and it's Harley Quinn, and she isn't adding any value right now. That was until Harley jumps off her moped and charges at Jessica. And if this wasn't a Batman movie, this would have been the thumbnail. Back to the Flash, he's having a blast. Look at him. And then we see Jason Todd, the Red Hood, and he says, hey, this guy giving you trouble? Fuck off! Swearing doesn't make you cool. And then Nightwing says they need a way to slow him down, but Jason doesn't even say a word. All he does is press a button that explodes a cement truck. We then see the Flash run straight into it, had Nightwing and Red Hood rolling, and I already know what y'all are gonna say.
Speedsters only lose the plot.
Well, my fine sir, let me break this down to you real quick. Look at how the Flash was running earlier. He's clearly not paying attention to his surroundings, but we can't dwell on this too long because we see Jessica has knocked Harley down, but she can't finish the job because she's running out of energy. And then Aquaman says they gotta flee, not because Jessica was running out of energy, but because Diana had man shook. Back to the Flash, and he's struggling to even stand right now. Jason then fires these rice and steak smoke bombs that causes the Flash to get hungry and hit the dash. Back to Bruce, Diana brought him to her home, and she even got her soldiers to bring his plane, but Bruce noticed something, the plane next to it. It belongs to Harley. And then Harley comes out, and basically she's not a Yakuza Harley. This is just a normal Harley, and now she's on her way off. And once Batman fixes his plane, he does the same. Batman and Damian try to leave, but then they get attacked by Superman, and the plane they just fixed is now broken again. Had Batman steaming. Superman then grabs Batman's plane and ends up telling Batman that his leader is Ra's al Ghul, and Ra's al Ghul wants Damian. Superman goes to grab him, but gets hit by an explosion that came from none other than the Joker, and Peep Man's fixing his haircut, and then Joker starts busting again, but Superman powers through and grabs Damian, and he starts playing baseball, pitching Damian, and then he starts playing Ring Around the Bat, and sends Man's flying straight into Joker and Harley. Luckily though, they both inject in time, but Joker hits the dash, leaving Harley behind, and we see Joker went to go save Bruce and says he's gonna help Bruce get back to Gotham. Back to Harley, she's giving Superman that work, but Superman locks in and breaks Harley's ship. He then goes for the killing blow, but Diana comes in, hitting Superman away and catching Harley. Superman then threatens to take Wonder Woman's head, and Wonder Woman says, you're gonna have to work for this neck. Are they still talking about fighting? But Superman flies away. Back to Joker, he brings Batman back to Gotham, and and then he tells us why he saves Batman. The Joker saves Batman just so he can be the one to kill him, and then he takes his leave, and Bruce regroups with the Bat family, and Tim Drake says this is not gonna be an easy win, but Batman says, wrong, this should be a simple win. Bro, that's goat talk. And look at Nightwing also being a goat. I know he's just standing there doing nothing but dog, and then we see they start getting ready for action, each of them having their own custom whip. Oh wait, this was just Alfred plugging his YouTube channel. If Alfred's doing it, then so will I. Hit that like button and subscribe. Now back to the action. We see Aquaman challenge Wonder Woman to a duel. I know I was hating on Aquaman, and I will continue to do so, but I gotta give him respect for this. They both charge in, clashing tyrant and sword, knocking each other back. Diana comes in, slicing the water and setting her sights on Aquaman, but then a green flash passes through, and we see it's Jessica Cruz holding Diana's people hostage. But Harley comes in, hits an emote, and starts clashing with Jessica. This is the second time Jessica has let Harley get this close. Bro, I'm trying my very hardest to not put her in a category with Hal. Back to Wonder Woman, she gets her face grabbed and dragged through the dirt. Aquaman then takes Diana to the sky and slams her headfirst into the concrete, and I can't lie, that was cold. Can he keep it up though? I doubt it. Aquaman then puts the tyrant to Diana's neck, but then we check up on Harley and Jessica. Why does Harley have you in this position? This is a whole thumbnail. Is every Green Lantern just a loser? This is the third time she disappointed me. 3 strikes, you're really out, but let's give her one more. Harley Quinn starts jumping around, and hold on, is she breaking the 4th wall? Jessica goes to attack, but gets hit and taken by a plane. Yep, I can now confirm she's just as trash as Hal. And then we see the person flying the plane was Nightwing. Nightwing is smashing Jessica against the water, and that causes her to lose focus and releases Diana's people. And then we see Batman diving in at Aquaman, but Aquaman catches the plane and throws it. But little did he know, Batman attached the hook to him, and now it's time to go for a swim. But swimming is Aquaman's only power, so I don't know what Bruce is planning. Back to Nightwing, Jessica starts floating in the air, but Nightwing just hops out smiling. He's seen her struggling with Harley, so he's not worried. But Jessica tries to start smashing Nightwing, but he dodges perfectly, and then Jessica creates a whole bunch of dice, but Nightwing is just enjoying this. He's a big fan of Crash Bandicoot. He leaps in the air and puts on the suit thingy, and it activates his Bankai, and now he charges in, and they start running a Dragon Ball Z fade. Hold on, is Jessica running? Bro, I try to put respect on her name. All these Green Lanterns are just frauds. Jessica tries throwing another dice block, because that worked very well last time, but Nightwing cuts through it, and Jessica, why are you shocked? Lock in. Too late, and Nightwing slams her to the ground, but she catches herself, and even Nightwing is disappointed. And now that we get a closer look at the suits, it could be better. Nightwing charges in, but Jessica starts spamming Ki Blast, but Nightwing is pushing through, giving it his all. But then Jessica pierces his heart, and then his face, and then she finishes the job by impaling him, and she is bragging and boasting. That was until she got shot in the neck, and then Nightwing comes walking out from behind her. Jessica asks how he escaped, and then Nightwing says he was never in there to begin with, as Jessica passes out. And now I think it's safe to confirm the Green Lanterns are the frauds of DC. And also, Aquaman lost with home court advantage, and after beating 2 Justice League members, Nightwing tries to shoot his shot, and I can't even blame him. We now see Jason and Tim, and the Flash is chasing them, and then we get the Flash's point of view, and he's on their tail, and he starts getting heated because why is he not fast enough? But then he locks in, running as fast as he can, but he just isn't fast enough. And then we see the world around him starts glitching, and he has a collar on him, but all that running has Flash hungry and thirsty. So Flash goes to get a soda, and then leap dart straight to the head. Bro, it's time to start having the conversation of who's better, Jason Todd or Bruce, but not right now because Superman comes in busting, and Jason and Tim hit the dash, but just like the Flash, they aren't fast enough, and Superman ends up breaking the ground, but Jason and Tim are hanging on by a thread. Oh, never mind. But Batman comes in running over Superman, and we see Wonder Woman save Jason and Tim. Superman charges in at Batman and starts punching through Batman's whip, and then Superman gets ready to weave, and then he grabs Wonder Woman's wrist and sends her flying. Batman and Superman then start facing off, car versus man, but actually it turns to Goliath versus man. Batman starts feeling himself, and he tells Wonder Woman to leave. Batman and Superman clash fists, and Superman ends up losing, and then these boys start boxing, but Batman's losing right now because Superman is breaking Batman's suit, doing Batman how Conquest did Eve, and then he calls Batman a fraud. He put Batman in the Green Lantern category, but Batman replies, I know you are, but what am I? And presses the button that lights up these lights, and these lights stop Superman from using his powers. Batman then starts walking up on Superman. Superman throws a punch, but Batman catches it and swings Superman like a little boy, and these boys start boxing. Well, actually, Batman starts boxing. He's straight bullying Superman. There should be no reason your name is Superman and you're looking like these. Bruce has Clark shivering. For the first time, he has felt fear, but luck is on Superman's side. He picks up a rock and throws it at the lights, turning it off, and now he has his powers back. He charges in, but Batman catches his punch and follows it up with a kryptonite punch, sending Superman flying and locking him up. This movie was amazing. I don't even like CGI, but they did their thing. And with that being said, Aquaman is a loser, Green Lantern is a fraud. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Peace.